Whoa, you alright, dude?
I have been sat here for over a year, and I'm still bald. And at this point, I'm sure it's not me. It's not my fault. It is the frame delay on this game. I just know it is.
Are you sure it's not just a skill issue?
No, it's not a skill issue. I know it's not a skill issue because look! Look, do you see how choppy these movements are? Do you see how... What is he even doing? This isn't my fault. This is the rendering issue on the game itself.
Are you sure it's not just a...
No, look, you don't understand. I have been scheming this out the whole time, okay? I figured it out. What it ends up being, okay, is there's the game, right? And then the game leads into the move that you want to do in the game, and then that goes over to this black box within which something happens, and then after that, frame delay.
So what happens in the black box?
I don't know. But if I could just figure out what happens in the black box to create the image that you see on the screen, I could know how to counteract it myself.
Yeah, if only a solution like that existed.
Introducing Schizo Sandbox. Schizo Sandbox is an interactive learning software designed to showcase computer graphics and the mathematics that make it work. The software is designed to be interactive, allowing students to have a hands-on experience and make the information more engaging. The best part is only a high school level of mathematics is required to understand the learning modules.
Yo, dude, you alright? You sort of spaced out there for a moment.
Schizo Sandbox.
What does that even mean? What would that even do? Who are you even talking to?
Schizo Sandbox uses a sequence of learning modules to explain everything from linear algebra and group theory to the OpenGL graphics pipeline and shaders. For example, Schizo Sandbox lets users directly interact with transformation matrices, which correlate to the shapes shown on the screen. Then, later in the modules, users will get to play with interactive lighting and even dynamically compiled shaders. This, in fact, is one of the most important parts of the OpenGL graphics pipeline, the fragment shader. They also get to see exactly how group theory is used in computer graphics with our interactive interpolation. And if anyone is curious to learn more, sources and extra resources are included at the end of the learning modules.
Michael! You blacked out again.
So many words. What do they mean?
Hey man, I really think you should get some sleep. So first we have the application. And so what that does is send information to the first thing called the vertex program. Now this vertex program has all kinds of different vertices, and what we do with these is we take them and we map the model into vertices, and then we take that and put it into the geometry program. And what the geometry program does is it transforms the vertices into shapes that we can recognize on the graphics card. And then after that, we go into clipping and rasterization. Now, what happens in between this stage here is we have the emitted primitives, where basically, during the clipping stage, we have these triangles turn into squares and larger primitives. Now, this all comes into the fragment program. And in the fragment program, this is where we take all of this vertice data that we had processed and done everything with under the hood, and we turn it into pixel colors. Now, a lot can be done with the fragment program, but we'll get into that later. Finally, we have the frame buffer operations. Now, the frame buffer operations is basically a final pass-through of the fragment pixels, and that is what renders everything to the screen. Are you okay? What's going on?
All is well, my child. I understand the method now.
Whoa, when all the stuff on the whiteboard change?
Hush, my child. The issue has been cleansed. Observe the truth, for my own eyes have been opened.
Son of a bitch!
I don't know how to act.
Yeah, no, that's